Ever find yourself boiling with rage more often than you'd like? Are you curious about how to manage this chronic anger? Chronic anger is like a simmering pot, constantly on the verge of boiling over. It's more than just the occasional flare-up or heated moment. It's a persistent feeling of anger that can affect your health, relationships, and overall quality of life. Now, why is it important to manage this chronic anger? Well, uncontrolled anger can lead to a myriad of problems. It can strain your personal relationships, impact your professional growth, and even affect your physical health. But here's the good news. Anger, like any other emotion, can be managed. Yes, you heard it right. With the right strategies and a bit of patience, you can learn to navigate through life's annoyances without losing your cool. Understanding that you need to manage your anger is the first step towards a calmer, more controlled life. Tip number 1, identify your triggers. Now, what exactly does that mean? Picture this. You're sailing smoothly through your day when suddenly you find yourself fuming. You're not sure why, but your heart's pounding, your hands are shaking, and you're seeing red. Sound familiar? Well, that's where identifying triggers comes in. A trigger is anything that sets off your anger. It could be a person, a comment, a situation, even a memory. The trick to managing anger lies in recognizing these triggers. Let's say, for instance, you've noticed that traffic jams really grind your gears. That's your trigger. By identifying it, you're one step closer to managing your anger. Now you're probably wondering, how does knowing my trigger help? Simple. Awareness is power. When you're aware of your trigger, you can anticipate it. You can prepare yourself. You can control your reaction. So remember, knowing your triggers gives you the power to anticipate and control your reactions. Tip number 2, practice deep breathing. Deep breathing is not just about filling your lungs with air, it's about calming the mind and reducing anger. Picture this. You're in a heated debate, your heart's pounding, and you feel your temper flaring. But instead of lashing out, you take a moment to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, then exhale slowly. What you're doing here is sending a message to your brain to calm down and relax. It's like hitting a reset button on your emotions. Think of it as a mini break for your mind amidst the chaos. Now, let's consider John. John used to have a short fuse, but once he started practicing deep breathing, he found it easier to keep his cool in frustrating situations. He was no longer a slave to his anger, but had control over it. Deep breathing is a simple but powerful tool for managing anger. Tip number 3, use positive self-talk. Now you might wonder, what's so powerful about a simple chat with oneself? Well, that's where the magic lies. Positive self-talk is like an internal pep talk, a gentle reminder that you're in control. It's like having a personal cheerleader cheering you on when the going gets tough. Picture this. You're stuck in a traffic jam, late for a meeting. The old you might have said, "This is horrible. My day is ruined." But the new you, armed with positive self-talk, can say, "It's just a traffic jam. I can handle this. It's not the end of the world." This shift in perspective can significantly influence your emotional response. Rather than letting anger take the wheel and drive your reactions, you're choosing to navigate your emotions consciously and responsibly. And that, my friends, is the power of positive self-talk. Positive self-talk can transform how you react to anger-inducing situations. Tip number 4, exercise regularly. Let's delve into the remarkable ways our bodies can help us manage our emotions. Exercise, my friends, is not merely about sculpting an enviable physique or boosting your fitness levels. It's also a potent tool to wield against stress and, by extension, chronic anger. When you exercise, your body releases feel-good chemicals called endorphins. These little marvels act as natural painkillers, reducing stress and triggering a positive feeling in the body, similar to that of morphine. Picture this. You've had a rough day and you're on the verge of blowing your top. Instead, you slip on your running shoes and pound the pavement. With every stride, your frustration melts away, replaced by a sense of tranquility. So whether it's a brisk walk in the park, a sweaty spin class, or a calming yoga session, find a physical activity you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. Regular physical activity is a great stress buster and anger manager. Tip number 5, seek support. It's crucial to recognize, dear friends, that you don't have to navigate the stormy seas of chronic anger alone. There's a world of support out there, just waiting to lend a hand. Be it friends, family, or professionals, these are your allies in the battle against anger. Let's look at a real-life example. Consider John, a man who struggled with anger for years. He felt isolated, as if he was the only person dealing with such intense emotions. But then he reached out to a support group, one specifically designed to aid individuals grappling with chronic anger. John found solace in shared experiences, and through others, he learned new strategies to manage his anger. So don't hesitate to seek support. Whether it's confiding in a trusted friend, talking to a family member, or seeking professional help, remember that there's strength in unity. Remember, it's okay to seek help. You're not alone in this. Tip number 6, practice mindfulness. Now, what exactly do we mean by mindfulness? It's all about being fully present, acutely aware of where we are, what we're doing, and avoiding being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's happening around us. It's like taking a step back to breathe and observe. When you find your temper flaring, mindfulness can act as an anchor, keeping you grounded in the present moment. Imagine you're in a bustling supermarket. Someone accidentally bumps into your cart. Instead of letting anger seep in, you take a deep breath, notice the tightness in your chest, the heat on your face, and then let it go. You acknowledge the irritation, but don't let it control you. You're not ignoring your feelings, you're simply choosing not to let them dominate. Mindfulness is about acceptance and observation without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you can manage your reactions to anger triggers more effectively. Mindfulness keeps you anchored, preventing anger from sweeping you away. Tip number 7, use humor. Yes, you heard it right. Humor, my friends, is a powerful antidote to stress and conflict. It can lighten burdens, inspire hopes, connect you to others, and keep you grounded, focused, and alert. It's like a safety valve for releasing the pressures of life, and in this case, anger. Think of a time when you were seething, ready to blow your top, and then something utterly ridiculous happened. Perhaps you tripped over your own shoe, or maybe a squirrel decided it was the perfect time to start a staring contest with you. The situation was so absurd, you couldn't help but chuckle. That chuckle turned into a laugh, and before you knew it, your anger had dissipated. Laughter can change your mood faster than any other emotion. It helps you forget resentments, judgments, criticisms, and doubts. Remember, a day without laughter is a day wasted. So let's not waste any more days. A good laugh can be a great anger diffuser. Tip number 8, get enough sleep. Now let's delve into how the quality of our slumber can influence our emotions, particularly anger. Ever noticed how everything seems more irritating when you're running on fumes, deprived of sleep? That's not a coincidence. Lack of sufficient sleep can heighten our sensitivity to negative emotions and decrease our ability to manage them effectively. Imagine a scenario where you're up late, finishing a project or binge-watching a series. The next day, even minor inconveniences can feel like major irritations, making you more likely to react with anger. But when you've had a good night's sleep, you're more likely to take those same inconveniences in stride. Why is that? Well, during sleep our brain recharges, processing the day's events and emotions. When we shortchange this process, our emotional equilibrium can go haywire. Hence, ensuring a consistent, good quality sleep schedule is a vital part of managing anger. A well-rested mind is better equipped to manage anger. Tip number 9, express yourself calmly. Now this is a crucial one. It's about harnessing the power of words and tone to navigate through a sea of emotions. You see, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. When you express your feelings calmly, you're less likely to spur defensive reactions from others. It's like diffusing a ticking time bomb. Done right, you prevent an explosion. Think about a time when you were caught in an argument. If you had voiced your feelings calmly instead of yelling, wouldn't the outcome have been different? Perhaps the argument wouldn't have escalated, and both sides could have felt heard and understood. Remember, it's not about bottling up your emotions. It's about expressing them in a way that fosters understanding, not animosity. So next time you're angry, take a deep breath, choose your words wisely, and speak your truth calmly. Expressing your feelings calmly can prevent situations from escalating. Tip number 10, embrace the power of problem solving. A lot of times our anger is born from feeling inundated by the challenges we face. But imagine if we could proficiently tackle these challenges, thereby eliminating potential anger sparks before they ignite. Indeed we can. Picture this: you're stuck in a heavy traffic jam, running late for a crucial meeting. Instead of letting the snowball into fury, embrace problem solving. Perhaps you could give your colleagues a heads about your delay or suggest to reschedule the meeting. Maybe you could utilize this idle time to prep for the meeting or accomplish something productive. The key is to shift your perspective from dwelling on the problem to seeking out the solution. It's about channeling the fiery energy of anger into the dynamic energy of problem solving. By adopting this approach, we not only keep our anger in check, but also boost our effectiveness in daily life. So bear this in mind whenever you're confronted with a challenge. Don't let anger get the best of you. Instead, take action. Skillful problem solving has the potency to snuff out anger sparks before they catch fire. Now let's recap our journey through managing chronic anger. We've navigated through a trove of 10 insightful tips, each a beacon to guide us on the path to better anger management. We started off by identifying our triggers. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding what sparks your anger is the first step towards managing it. Next, we dove into the calming world of deep breathing. A few focused breaths can do wonders, helping us to regain control and cool down the fires of anger. We then explored the realm of positive self-talk. The conversation we have with ourselves shapes our emotions. Let's fill our minds with positive and uplifting thoughts to counter anger. Our journey then led us to the importance of regular exercise. A healthy body nurtures a healthy mind. Let's channel our anger into something productive, like a good workout. Halfway through, we emphasized the significance of seeking support. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to friends, family, or professionals when the going gets tough. Our sixth stop was the serene land of mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps us to accept our feelings without judgment. This acceptance is a powerful tool in managing anger. Humor was our seventh tip. A good chuckle can be a great antidote to anger. Let's not forget to find the silver linings and laugh a little. Next, we stressed on the importance of getting enough sleep. Fatigue can make us more susceptible to anger. Let's ensure we're well rested to better handle our emotions. Our penultimate tip was about expressing ourselves calmly. Effective communication can prevent misunderstandings and diffuse anger. Let's strive to express our feelings without hurting others. Finally, we discussed practicing problem solving. Instead of focusing on the problem, let's focus on finding solutions. This shift in perspective can greatly help in managing anger. Remember, managing chronic anger is a journey, not a destination. Stay patient with yourself and keep trying. Now, what's one step you'll take today to manage your anger better?